Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Julie, and tonight in this lesson, we are going to be working on reading comprehension number 5. It's going to be so exciting. And here it is, reading comprehension number 5, the spacesuit. Look at this beautiful feat of engineering. This is just an amazing looking spacesuit. Okay, let's get started and see how it all began. The origins of the modern spacesuit began back in 1934 when aviator Wiley Post wanted to reach higher altitudes and bring his plane to 50,000 feet in the air to reach the unknown at the time jet stream, to fly faster and break new altitude records, to achieve a record-breaking flight across America in his plane, the Winnie Mae. However, at this altitude, there is not enough atmospheric pressure and the air is too thin for a human to survive. To help him achieve his goal, Wiley Post sought the help of engineer Russell Coley, who at the time was a mechanical engineer with the B.F. Goodrich Company. Wiley Post needed Russell Coley's help to create a pressurized suit that would protect him by holding the air pressure and the oxygen he needed to survive at such a high altitude. The pressurized suit also needed to be flexible enough to allow him to be able to use the controls on the airplane. Russell Coley accepted the challenge and with the vision of Wiley Post, designed and created the suit on his wife's sewing machine. The suit contained 3 layers. The first layer, or the inner layer, was a full body underwear, also known as long johns. This layer provided warmth and comfort. The second layer was a black rubber inflatable full body covering that covered his body up to his head. The third or outer layer was made of a heavy-duty cotton that was necessary to contain the rubber suit as it expanded. The helmet was the key element to the pressure suit, and it also had a window for ample vision, and it was completely sealed to the suit with rubber around the edge so that no oxygen could escape. Don't forget, if there are words in this reading comprehension lesson that you don't understand, I want you to take them out, put them in your vocabulary list, translate them to your language, and study them every day. Okay, let's continue. This pressure suit was a success, and it laid the groundwork for the modern spacesuit today. Over the years, because of the rapid development and increase of space travel and exploration, modern engineering has had to keep up with the rigorous demands and the requirements for the creation of new generation spacesuits that allow astronauts to fly even higher into space and even remain in space for extended periods of time. The spacesuit is one of the most critical pieces of equipment in space missions. The specially designed multi-layer suit is vital and essential for space travel. The spacesuit's primary purpose is to protect the astronaut from depressurization and keep him or her alive. In space, without one, a person would be dead in 30 seconds. It is designed to withstand the harsh conditions and the vacuum of space and allow astronauts to work and stay safe on the International Space Station, or the ISS, or to land on the moon and carry out spacewalks. Here is a picture of astronauts working on the ISS. And another picture of an astronaut walking on the moon. The modern spacesuit provides the astronaut everything he or she needs to survive in space, including layers of inner insulation and reflective outer layers for the protection from the extreme heat of plus 250 degrees Fahrenheit, which is plus 121 degrees Celsius, and the extreme cold of minus 250 degrees Fahrenheit, which is minus 157 degrees Celsius, where a person could easily and quickly freeze or boil to death. Any exposure of human skin at these temperatures would cause third-degree burns or frostbite within seconds in space. The spacesuit provides temperature regulation and removes body heat from inside the suit using heat exchangers and water-filled underwear to keep the astronaut cool. The spacesuit provides oxygen and also disposes of the carbon dioxide that the astronaut exhales. In even more modern spacesuits, the temperature regulation system has been changed from a water cooling system inside the spacesuit to an air cooling system. The reason for this may be because in 2013, when astronaut Luca Parmitano from the European Space Agency was on an EVA, or extravehicular activity mission, also known as a spacewalk on the ISS, his helmet began filling up with water while he was outside his spacecraft and working on the ISS. Water began filling at the back of his head and quickly covered his eyes, ears, and nose. He communicated this to ground control, and they immediately aborted his mission and ordered him to return to his craft. Just after that communication, he suddenly became blind and deaf in outer space because of the increasing water accumulation. He could no longer communicate with ground control, and he had to get back into his craft without being able to see or hear. He carefully made his way back into the craft by just using touch and memory to guide him to where the other crew members were waiting for him. Once back inside, they closed the airlock and sealed the craft and quickly removed his helmet and spacesuit. They dried his face with towels and estimated that there were approximately 3 pounds of water inside his helmet. Luca later described the incident as feeling like a goldfish in a fishbowl. Thanks to the quick response and the teamwork of the other crew members, he survived this very exceptional and very scary moment in space. Luca had suspected, and it was soon after determined, that the water leak was caused by faulty tubing in the liquid cooling and ventilation garment, or the LCVG, inside his spacesuit, which is the flexible plastic tubing running through the long underwear designed to keep the astronaut cool. Each spacesuit today is custom fitted for each astronaut to provide the ultimate fit and allow for the most comfort possible. In space, an astronaut's body stretches a few inches in height because of lack of gravity, and the spacesuit is designed to take this temporary growth into consideration. The suit is also designed to protect the astronaut from micrometeorites and other small particles of space debris that may be flying at 10 kilometers per second or 22,500 miles per hour. The suit is designed to protect the astronaut from flying space debris. So look at this poor astronaut being attacked by space debris, but of course his suit will protect him. The suit is also designed to be very flexible, to allow for flexible limbs and increased mobility for walking, working on the ISS, and picking up rock samples. It is also designed so that it is easy to get into and to get out of. Here is a picture of an astronaut on a spacewalk. And this is another kind of spacewalk. Anything outside of the astronaut's craft is considered a spacewalk, whether it be on the moon, any type of surface, or on the ISS. Today, the modern spacesuit is flame-proof and works in tandem with the astronaut's chair, from where cool air is piped throughout the spacesuit to keep the astronaut cool. Connection from the chair to the suit happens via an umbilical cord attached to the astronaut's thigh. Now here are two astronauts that are wearing two very modern spacesuits. The sophisticated new helmets today are 3D printed and are designed to protect the wearer from the extremely loud engine noise, and they also contain state-of-the-art microphones and speakers to allow for clear two-way communication between the crew and mission control on the ground. The helmet controls visor retraction and locking, and the visor on the helmet is coated with a thin layer of gold that filters out the sun's harmful rays and is large enough to allow for maximum peripheral vision. Here is the traditional astronaut's helmet. The astronaut's gloves are touchscreen sensitive to allow the astronaut to work on tablets and on computers. Here is here are the astronauts' touchscreen gloves. The spacesuit is also fitted with safety tethers. One end of the tether is attached to the spacecraft and the other end to the astronaut. The safety tethers keep the astronaut from drifting away into space. And here is a tethered astronaut. Because spacewalks normally last more than 6 hours without a break, the astronauts wear briefs, adult-sized diapers, with extra absorption material just in case he or she has to use the bathroom. How much does a spacesuit cost? Short answer, a lot. It is very difficult to put a price on an individual spacesuit. The cost is based on years of research, development, and production. Some estimates range from 25 million to 400 million. I don't think anyone really knows the exact amount, so it is safe to say that the cost of just one spacesuit is more than most of us will ever make in our entire lifetime. An end note on Mr. Wiley Post. Now this here is Mr. Wiley Post with the eye patch. He lost an eye years, not too long before he started flying at a job that he had. This is Wiley Post here, and this is his best friend, Will Rogers. Wiley Post was an important and influential aeronautical pioneer, and he will be remembered and honored for his astounding aeronautical achievements. He accomplished 2 round-world flights and set many records throughout his short life. With his need for adventure and his passion for flying, he was the first pilot to fly solo around the world and the first pilot to discover and fly in the jet stream. Because of his drive and determination, he was influential in the creation of the first ever pressure suit from which the basics of modern day spacesuits are derived. On August 15th, 1935, Wiley Post's plane went down near Barrow, Alaska, due to poor weather conditions and poor visibility. He, along with his best friend, Will Rogers, were killed in this tragic accident. To honor Wiley Post, 2 airports were named after him, one in Alaska and one in Oklahoma. Wiley Post's pressure suit is kept at the Smithsonian Conservation Institute in Washington, D.C. His plane, the Winnie Mae, is kept on display at the National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. for many to see and admire. I thought I would add some interesting facts about space. According to Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield, space smells like burnt steak or gunpowder. At 864 degrees Fahrenheit or 462 degrees Celsius, Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. Scientists estimate that in approximately 7.5 billion years, the sun will expand and engulf the Earth. A light year refers to the distance that light covers in a single year. Light moves at 186,000 miles or 300,000 kilometers per second. 1 light year is 5878625370000 miles. This number reads as 5,878,625,370,000 or 9.46 trillion kilometers. That is 1 light year. The Milky Way galaxy is 105,700 light years wide. There are at least 10 times more stars in the sky than grains of sand on the entire Earth. In fact, 70 sextillion stars are visible from Earth using a telescope. Written down on paper, 70 sextillion looks like this. 70 with all these zeros, that is 70 sextillion. The beginning of outer space is only 62 miles away. Because there is no air in space to carry sound, space is completely silent. Because of lack of gravity, astronauts can't burp in space. Everybody needs to know that. Also, because of lack of gravity, pens don't work in space as there is no gravity to pull the ink down to the tip of the pen. However, special pens have been developed to work in zero gravity. The word astronaut is a Greek word that means star sailor. The acronym NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Mars is the only planet in our solar system that may one day be hospitable to human life. The sun weighs 330,000 times more than the Earth, and it is so large that if the sun were hollow, it would take approximately 1 million Earths to fill it. Footprints left on the moon will never disappear because there is no wind. Earth is the only planet not named after a god. We have ocean tides on Earth because of the gravitational pulls of the sun and moon. Jupiter has 79 moons. And here's a good one. Buzz Lightyear from the movie Toy Story spent 15 months on the International Space Station. Well, that was interesting to know. Okay, well, if you enjoyed that video and it helped you, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can put a like on the video. You can make a comment down below, and you can also hit the notification bell. That way you will know as soon as I put up a new video that will help you even more. If you guys are trying to improve your English and you want to do it quickly, you can get yourselves a copy of Basic English. This is the 3rd edition, and it is published by McGraw-Hill and available everywhere, including Amazon. If you guys get a copy of this book, I want you to start on the first page, complete every page right through to the end of the book, and the answer key is at the back to support you while you are learning. And you will see that your English will improve a lot very quickly. If you are having difficulty with your verb tenses, you can get yourselves a copy of You Know It, English Verb Tenses, also available on Amazon. Same type of deal. If you get a copy of this book, you start on the first page. You complete every page right through to the end of the book, and the answer key is at the back to support you while you are learning. This will help you master your English verb tenses, okay? Also, I have a Facebook page. You might want to join that page. I put up all kinds of things there to help you as well. It's called Learn English with Julie Lachance. Also, there are very many other videos on my YouTube channel. You can flip through those, do the ones you feel you need help with, or better yet, do them all because there's so much there for you. For now, I'm going to wish you a pleasant evening, and I will say good night, and I'll see you in the next lesson. So good night for now.